AI, the technology that has taken the world by storm. It's on headlines, it's in your IDE, and it's wreaking havoc on education. Me and my fellow students were among the early users of generative AIs like ChatGPT, and because of this, we got to see firsthand how powerful these tools really are. With the ability to provide highly specialized help with just about anything, the learning capabilities are astounding. However, we also saw the rampant cheating that came with it. Students began using their AI to circumvent learning and gain free answers without having to understand the material, while teachers scrambled to find ways of ensuring that students were actually learning. This is why we made Tai, an always available, context fed AI teaching assistant that is teacher controlled to stop cheating. Before we take a closer look at what Tai has to offer, let's meet the team that made it.
Hi, my name is Hayden. I was responsible for the database design and backend.
Hi, my name is Kieran Barstow, and I was responsible for the front end and partially the UI.
Hello, my name is Wilson Webster. I was responsible for the front end, a little bit of the UI, and I also dipped my toes into the back end as well.
Hi, I'm Ethan Phelps, and I was responsible for the back end.
There are two primary users for TIE, teachers and students. For teachers, we look to offer an AI solution that puts them in control. Teachers are able to control the type of help students receive from their chatbot to ensure students are able to really learn the material and not just cheat. Teachers are able to import their already built Canvas classrooms directly into TIE to make setup really smooth and simple. In addition to giving teachers a controllable chatbot, TIE arms educators with student statistics so they can see exactly how each student is engaging with the material to provide insights on their performance. For students, TIE offers an always available AI teaching assistant. Think of it like a tutor, allowing them to instantly get help with whatever material they're viewing. That encourages critical thinking and problem solving. TIE also acts as a convenient place to view and interact with teacher supplied materials. If a student wants to further test or reinforce their knowledge on a given topic, they can have their chatbot generate practice problems customized to the material they're actively viewing.
All right, let's see what TIE can actually do. So we're going to demonstrate as if we were a teacher. So let's go ahead and get logged in. We've got a teacher account already made for us. Now, when we first log in, we'll be greeted with our classroom page. We can go ahead and enter into our middle school math, and we're already midway through the semester. So let's go ahead and upload some new material for the students. We'll go to our pre-existing unit, and we'll add a new week. Now that we have a week, we can add our first day. And we're a nice professor, so we only assign materials on the first day, and then we'll have assignments on day 2. So let's go ahead and upload a material. We're going to learn about how to do quadratic equations. We'll upload that for our students. Amazing. Now, students are able to go in and get real-time help with this material and engage with it so they can actually learn. If we back out, we can go and look and see how students have already been engaging with the material. We can see the assignments, how many prompts each one is receiving. We can see how engaged students have been with each portion of the AI. If we click, we can get further information about the difficulty of the assignments, how each student has been interacting with them, and the full breakdown of their conversations. Our goal is to offer as much statistics and information to the teachers as possible so that they can be better armed to teach their students. All right, now let's see what students can utilize TIE for. We're logged in as a student. We're going to go to our math class, and we'll go and we'll view a material. Ratios and proportions. Let's just ask chat to sum this up and help us with that first example. And just like that, we're able to get real-time help on our work. Now, let's see if we can answer a practice problem. We'll go ahead and click this practice problem question, and it's going to generate us one right now. Great. Write the ratio of 6 pencils to 3 erasers. Let's think for a second. I think it's 2 to 1. Amazing. We get some confetti, we know the correct answer, and now we can generate a new one. It'll up the difficulty to level 2, and we can continue to answer practice questions until we reach our limit. Our goal is to offer as much statistics and information to the teachers as possible so that they can be better armed to teach their students. Now let's talk about the technology behind TIE. TIE uses Python for its backend. It has a wide range of libraries that allow us to do everything we need to do, and it's a fairly easy to write language that is easy to read so that our project is sustainable for the future. Our front end is JavaScript with Tailwind and JSX. This allows us to have modular building for our front end, as well as beautiful styling and an intuitive UI for users. We use Poetry and NPM for our package management for our backend and front end respectively, and we use Markdown and LaTeX in order to style chat responses when we're receiving them from OpenAI. Fly.io is where we're hosted, and we use a Postgres.io managed Postgres database in order to store our persistent data. We designed TIE with a model view controller architecture, and in order to make sure we had good separation of concerns and a scalable design for the future. We use a REST API and a separated front and back end to ensure that we are following good coding protocol and our code is easily maintainable and usable.
Lastly, we wanted to deliver a huge thank you to our wonderful advisors at the Kahlert School of Computing here at the University of Utah. Professor Davison St. Germain, what a lovable guy. Professor David Bean, absolutely love him to death. He's my hero. Professor Feng Jiao Wang, she is such an amazing person and a lovable soul. And our awesome teaching assistant, Mr. Hiram Bailey. Thank you all.